Hello everyone, this is your host Suraj Sawant and you're watching Motor World India. So today we are in Pune to ride a very special scooter from the Japanese manufacturer Yamaha Motorcycles India. Presenting to you the all new Fascino 125. So Yamaha introduced the first Fascino 110 back in 2015. Within just 6 years from its inception, the Fascino 110 managed to become the 6th best selling scooter in 2020. And then the BS6 happened. All the OEMs had to go back to the drawing boards and rebuild their engines as per the new arm. And the results, as you see, is the new Fascino 125. Speaking of the styling and its design, it carries forward the same DNA but in a new fresh avatar. The body panels have been upgraded. It has more sharp curves. Rather, the upgrade makes it look more beautiful than ever before. On the front end, the Fascino gets a 190mm disc or a 130mm drum option. These brakes have been loaded onto these telescopic forks, which have been tuned stiff to keep your ride stable and comfortable. Above that sits this metal mudguard. Many pre-existing scooters with fiber fenders or mudguards had an issue of them breaking and cracking. Yamaha Motors India have actually upgraded the fender with a metal piece now, which not just makes it stronger but also reliable. Above the mudguard sits this beautifully sculpted apron, which has these chrome trims adding to its premium look and feel. The signal lamps come integrated into the apron, which give it that modern stylish look. Adding to its new and fresh look, Yamaha has upgraded the Fascino with this new fresh looking headlight. This newly designed headlight gives the Fascino a modern plus retro look. It also gets this chrome trim which adds to its premium feel. As we move it a little back, this inside fiber has been given a beautiful texture which actually adds to its premium look. The mirrors covered in chrome add to its retro look. Moving towards the switch cluster, we have this special engine start off system button. What does that do? Well, if you are at a signal and you stop accelerating, the bike stops, the engine will automatically shut down. And the moment you twist the throttle, the engine will come back to life and it will start moving. It will basically translate into saving your fuel and in turn give you more mileage. Moving ahead, we have the engine start button, the upper dipper button, the signal lamps and a horn switch. What we found missing was the inclusion of a brake lock here, which actually comes handy when you're parking your scooter on a slope. Also, what was missing was the inclusion of a pass switch, which usually comes handy while in traffic situations. Coming to the lock of the bike, this multi-purpose lock serves as engine on, engine off, also works for opening your seat. Well, the Fascino gets this huge boot space of 21 liters. Still, it won't fit a medium-sized helmet into it. Another fact what we did not like about the Fascino is the fuel tank lid. In 2020, when most of the manufacturers are giving an external fuel tank lid, Yamaha has still carried on with the under-seat fuel tank. That means every time you want to refuel a Fascino, you'll have to open the seat and unmount the riders. The seat is long and wide enough for two people to sit comfortably and take their ride with ease. As we move back, this huge reworked body panel gives the Fascino a retro classic look. The new panel has these chrome highlights to add that premium feel. Also, a 3D Fascino emblem sits there, adding to that overall feel of the scooter. Towards the rear, we have this plush handlebar covered in matte black, adding it a premium look. The tail lamp is something we have definitely not seen before. The V-shaped tail lamp gives the Fascino a distinct look from its competitors. Braking responsibilities on the rear is managed by a drum brake system. Also on the rear sits the exhaust, with this beautifully carved out heat shield. The design is such that it amalgamates with the overall retro feel of the Fascino. Well, the pillion footrest here is long and wide enough and has been beautifully amalgamated into the design to hide it when not in use. There's ample footboard space even for the longest of riders to sit comfortably on the Fascino. On the front, the Fascino gets a 12-inch mag wheel, while on the rear sits a 10-inch one. These mag wheels are 6-spoked wheel type and beautifully designed to accommodate the overall retro feel of the Fascino. Another interesting fact about the Fascino is the new silent start system it gets upgraded with. There's no need for an external motor now, and the bike starts just silently. Well, the Fascino also gets an engine immobilizer. Basically, every time you put your side stand down, the engine just cuts itself off. And if you haven't put it back rightly, the engine just won't start, adding to the rider's safety. Now coming to the most important part of the equation, its engine. Well, the new Fascino gets a 125cc engine, while the outgoing model had a 113cc engine. This new engine produces 30% more power and 16% more mileage than the outgoing version. This engine produces 8.2 PS of power and 9.7 Nm of torque. Well, the fueling of this 125cc Blue Core engine is managed by a EFI system. The power is distributed in the lower and mid-rev bands, while the top end has less power given. Basically, the Fascino is very peppy in the initial and mid-rev sections. A scooter is actually to be ridden in a more urban and city setup, where you actually need that initial and mid-range power. I don't really think that anybody needs top end there. Adding to its stable and comfortable ride is the 110 section wide fat tire that sits on the rear of the Fascino. Well, on the rear sits a twin arm type suspension, which takes care of your comfort. Both the suspensions are tuned a bit stiff to give you that extra stability while you ride. No matter what road, your ride is stable, your ride is composed. Well, now that I've ridden the Fascino 125, I really have no doubts left that the Fascino is at par in terms of refinement and performance with its Japanese competitors. The Fascino is swift and fast. It's really peppy and accelerates as soon as you twist that throttle. The 30% rise in power is visible, and the lightweightness of 99 kgs gives it a better power to weight ratio than most of its competitors. The lightweight of 99 kgs also allows the Fascino to deliver 18% better mileage. During our test rides, we delivered a mileage of 50 to 54 kmpl, while 75% of the time as full throttle. Well, this fuel-injected motor also gets a silent starting system, which means when you start the bike, there's no sound at all. We found the system seamless and without any glitches, but we can't say the same about the start-stop system. We found it to be working at times, and at times it just didn't work. The concave lens headlamp unit, the chrome-tinted mirrors, the curvy body lines, and the V-shaped tail lamp is what give the Fascino its modern retro European look, and that's the USP for it to say. But that body there is not just there for design. The body is really aerodynamic and does not make you feel that wind resistance and gust of winds when you're traveling fast on those highways, especially when you're crossing those big trucks and buses. So, both the front and rear suspension is tuned progressively to take any kind of bumps without disturbing your ride. The ride delivered is very comfortable and confidence inspiring. The all lighting setup, may it be the halogen light, the indicators, the tail lamp, all are halogen type, which is in line with the retro theme of the bike, which also helps Yamaha keep the costs in control. Well, there are a few fields where Yamaha could have done better, especially the console. It's analog but very simple. I don't have a problem with it being analog, but at least they could have added that retro theme styling there too and made it look more special at least. Also, another thing that we did not like was the underseat fuel tank. In a time when most of the competitors have an exterior fuel lid, Yamaha has still chosen to go with a underseat fuel tank cap. No doubt that it looks pretty retro and old themed, but in terms of features too, at a time when competitors are coming with Bluetooth connectivity for navigation and whatnot, the Fascino gets a simple meter that showcases you speed, a fuel gauge and an odometer, that's all. But when you look at the price point at what a Fascino retails, the top model of Fascino just retails at less than 70,000 bucks, which is approximately 2,500 less than what the BS6 Activa alloy wheel version costs. But paying that kind of money too won't really give the kind of attention a Fascino demands. Available in 7 different colors to match your personality, the Fascino has created its position of its own. Well, some might even complain that the Fascino doesn't even get a USB charger, but that's not the case, guys. Yamaha has given it as an optional accessory. You need to pay 700 rupees extra and you can get a USB charger fitted back there in the 21-liter boot space. So, the competition in the 125cc scooter segment is cutthroat and fierce. But I'm sure of one thing. The Fascino will surely attract that style and design conscious customers for whom how they look and how what they ride looks actually matters. It's clearly more of a choice between the stylish and retro looking versus the simple and feature loaded. If you had the same amount of money, what would you buy, guys? For me, the choice is clear. It's Fascino all the way. For me, it matters how I look and what I ride, and if that matches my personality. What do you think about it, guys? Do let us know down in the comment section. If you like the video, don't forget to comment and share with your friends. Also, hit that bell icon and subscribe button for all the latest automotive content from the Indian motoring industry. Well, the outgoing Fascino 110cc was the 6th best-selling scooter for the year 2019-2020. Let's see where this new Fascino 125 takes Yamaha to, and what new heights do they achieve together. This is your host Suraj Sawant signing off. Thank you for watching, people.